Hey, y'all, listen. Happy Thursday. It's the 15th of January. Happy Thursday, y'all. Welcome in the building. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate y'all. It's Thursday night trending topics, and we got stuff to talk about, okay, people? If you're in the building, do the diva a favor. All you got to do is hit that like button. That's your ticket on the train ride. Listen, tonight's title is When Adults Lose Control. When adults lose control. That's what the title is tonight. I could have named it Family Matters again, but I decided to say when adults lose control. We got courtside chaos. I told y'all something needs to be done about these parents and the referees and the coaches at these youth basketball, football, at these youth games, because people are literally in these streets losing their mind. And no matter how good of an athlete your child is, they said the percentage of those individuals that make it to the NFL is very low. Your child could be top player. They said the percentage that make it to the NFL, the NBA, the soccer league, whatever the other ones are, NBA, MLB, is smidgen. It's low. Does that mean you shouldn't aim for it? No, that's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is, though, should you be in these streets fighting at a youth game and the percentage of your child becoming the top professional in said game is very low? Should you be fighting anyway? No. People are crazy when adults lose control. Then we got jealousy in the gym. Just in general. It happened in the gym, but this is in general. As an OG, as an auntie, hey, I don't have no grandkids, but even if you want to say as a grandmother, say whatever you want. But as an older adult in the community, I want to send a message to these young ladies out there. You a whole fool. A whole fool. If you're going to lose your life, your livelihood, and your freedom over some man. If somebody give me a call and say, hey, Diva, I see you talking to John. Y'all dating? And I go, yeah, we date. We talking. We doing whatever we doing. I don't know what we doing. Well, I'm talking to him too. All right, sis. So you know what? That you got that. I'm good. I'm backing away. I'm blocking his number. I'm putting his stuff outside the door. You could come pick it up for him. It's a wrap. Not about to fight nobody in these streets over a man. I'm not about to fight the man because he's talking to somebody else. Good riddance. Goodbye. I'll wait till the next one comes who is free and clear. Because nowadays people are getting hurt in these streets over a man. It won't be the diva. That girl, what's that story, that case again? We've been doing that a little bit on this channel. She over there in the jail cell because she killed Marika Blackman. She in the jail pregnant. The man is free, still walking these streets. And you think he not sleeping with nobody? Girl, bye. You locked up with a baby in your belly. Your other baby is not getting to see the mom, and all of this over a man. I'll take a pass. But we're going to talk about the gym jealousy. She threw a barbell on the girl because it was her boyfriend's other girlfriend. Some nonsense. Stupid. But we'll talk about it. And then we got parents that ain't watching their kids. Listen, my kid is a whole adult, and I'd be like, where you at? What you doing? Are you breathing? Are you okay? Where you going? Why you going somewhere this late? I'm all in the business. And I encourage every parent out there, whether your child is from birth to they 30, 40, whatever, stay in the business because that's what we're supposed to do. But for sure, at the very least, as a parent, from birth to 18 years old, you should be knowing where your kid at. I'm telling you, they need to take this thing old school. See, but now because they do all of this streaming stuff now, there is zero commercials on a lot of things. We need the commercials back on these TVs, whether it's the streaming system, whether it's on Instagram. Maybe every now and then after you scroll, automatically a commercial pops up on your screen. And you can't keep scrolling until you see that commercial. And maybe that's how it should be on TikTok, because we need to get the public service announcements back out there in the world, because I'm telling you, those public service announcements, when I was little growing up, I still remember them to this day. Holler if you in the chat and you remember watching TV, and at 10 o'clock at night, it will come on your TV. It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your kids are? And I used to think it was the dumbest thing ever. Who wouldn't know where their kids are? But apparently people don't. So we need the public service announcement. It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your kids at? It's 8 o'clock. If you got a kid under a certain age, go take their cell phone and tell them that's it for the night. It's 10 o'clock because there's different stuff going on these days now, right? It's 10 o'clock. Tell your kid to shut off the game and go to bed. We need some public service announcements. Can we holler? If you with me on the public service announcements? And now we got to address some public service announcements to the adults. Tell your kid that they shouldn't be beating people up over no French fries. Go in your kid room and check and make sure that nothing illegal is in their room. And I want to go back to the time when we had the president's wife, the first lady, and they was about something. And what I mean was when they was about something, and I talked about this on my channel before, when they had an initiative that they put out in the world that they promoted while their husband was running the country. I think Nancy Reagan, right? She did something about reading. She wanted to make sure everybody knew how to read. We had the presidents that used to have an initiative, and I'm not trying to be fresh, but what is President Trump? What is his wife's initiative? She coming out with a documentary, but what is her initiative? Is it feed the hungry? Well, what is her initiative? What was Jill Biden's initiative? That's why, respectfully, everything is going to hell in a handbag, because we're losing all the standards. There's no more public service announcements. And we need them back. So this last story, I'm sorry, I got all the way off because of this last story. The family is at the Airbnb. What was it? What's the Airbnb? Is it the Airbnb? What is those things called? Airbnb. They doing whatever they doing. And the two little toddlers, they got out the house and they in the middle of the street. A perfect stranger had to put up hands, stop traffic, pick up the toddlers, and then go knocking on doors talking about, do these kids belong to you? How does toddlers get out to the point where they in the street? But that's the type of parenting we doing these days. Kids watching themselves, or they got the tablet watching them. You don't know where your kids at. You don't know if they're awake. You don't know if they're sleeping. You don't know if they ate. You don't know if they're clothed. You don't know if they took a bath, brushed their teeth. Listen, people, y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what I need in the chat. I need a what? I need a choo-choo. All aboard, everybody. It is Thursday night trending topics, and we got stuff to talk about. The title is called When Adults Lose Control. We got the courtside chaos. We got the gym jealousy. And we got the road heroes. Let me bring the people on in the building so we could get to talking. Hey, Wayne.
Hey, Diva.
Hey, Katrina.
Hey, Diva. Hey, Chat.
Hey, Savannah.
Hey, Diva. Hey, panel.
All righty. So here we go. We're going to get right into these stories. Let me go. Let's see which one we want to do here first. Let me share screen, see what I got. Is that it? Okay, I think this is it. Let's is that what I want to see? Okay, I think this might be it. Let's see if we can see this here. Just absolutely ridiculous.
Shocking viral video shows adults once again behaving badly at a kids' sporting event, this time at a Catholic youth basketball game in Staten Island, New York. Video obtained by the Staten Island Advance was angled to show the game itself, but instead captured the moment a violent courtside brawl unfolded at St. Teresa and Castleton Corners during a 6th grade boys' game when two moms became locked in a heated exchange and the situation quickly escalated into an all-out massive brawl between parents. According to Catholic Youth Organization County Director Michael Neely, the two women, along with the family members who became involved, have been suspended indefinitely from attending CYO games. It's a lesson parents shouldn't have to be taught, but sadly, the kids seem to be the more mature ones at a lot of youth games. Youth sports parents are nuts, reads the text laid over a separate video currently going viral across the internet, in which a spectator filmed the wild moment a man body slams another adult at a boys' basketball game. It's only January, and we've got a Tackle of the Year contender, reads a caption over one Reddit upload of the incident. And yet another similar incident caught on video, a kids' wrestling event erupted into a bleacher-clearing brawl between parents during a 2024 New Jersey Youth Championship, while the children watched the chaos from just feet away. The disturbing scene ensued at the gymnasium at Phillipsburg High School in Warren County. Viral clips captured the moment two men sparked the massive fight in the school's gymnasium. In the latest incident, Staten Island Borough President Vito Fossella addressed the pathetic state of affairs in a press conference following the basketball brawl there, in which he announced that the spectators ejected by a referee for disruptive behavior at a CYO basketball game will now face a 1-year ban and had to remind everyone of the obvious.
The mission was about the kids. The mission was about teaching them responsibility. The mission was about them having a good time. The kids are the center of this universe. And every once in a while, some spectators get out of control and ruin it for the kids and ruin it for everybody else.
What a shame, okay? When parents lose control. Let me share screen again. So parents erupt into a massive brawl during a Catholic youth basketball game in Staten Island. Footage has erupted in the disastrous moment. Footage has captured the disastrous moment when multiple parents erupted into a massive fight during a Catholic youth basketball game last month in Staten Island, New York. The violent courtside brawl unfolded on December 20th at St. Teresa in Castleton Corners during a 6th grade boys game between the school and St. Clair, according to Staten Island Live. It was monitored by the Catholic Youth Organization, CYO, which oversees the parish-based sport. Video obtained by Staten Island Advance initially shows two moms locked in a heated exchange that quickly escalated. Tensions boiled over when one shoved the other, sparking a furious exchange of chaotic punches. Spectators, other parents, and school staff then rushed to the scene in an attempt to separate the two mothers, who had begun clutching each other by the hair, with one landing a relentless barrage of punches at the other's head. After several men finally pulled the two women apart, a separate fight erupted during the disruptive melee, the video shows. Chaos reignited as the women returned to each other, continuing their violent struggle amid the ongoing turmoil. According to CYO County Director Michael Neely, the two women were parents, and some of those who became involved in the altercation were their family members, Staten Island Live reported. Neely added that the two women, along with the family members who became involved, have been suspended indefinitely from attending CYO games. Two families got involved, and in the end, their families have been banned from CYO indefinitely, Neely said. Until now, leaders reportedly say altercations at the Catholic Youth Organization games are typically handled on a case-by-case basis. However, the fight has prompted officials, including Staten Island Borough President Vito Felicia and CYO, to announce new rules on Tuesday aimed at preventing spectators from acting out of bounds. Spectators ejected by a referee for disruptive behavior at a CYO basketball game will now face a 1-year ban. The mission was about the kids, he said, whose children reportedly played CYO basketball, said during a press conference. The mission was about teaching them responsibility. The mission was about having a good time. The kids are the center of this universe here. And every once in a while, some spectators get out of control and ruin it for the kids and ruin it for everybody else. How sad, how horrific. Wayne, your thoughts?
I was gonna say those kids gonna have a story to tell for several years. They're not gonna be able to live this one down. Okay, the people in the community, I'm sure these two women are gonna be like eyesores in the community. I mean, they've done nothing but shame themselves and shame their children. That's it.
Thank you. Savannah, your thoughts?
And to think that this happened at a Catholic school, how crazy and maddening is that? I'm assuming this is high school, correct, Diva?
No, I think it was like the grade, like the middle school, like sixth
Middle
to
school?
eighth grade or something. Yeah, because it was sixth graders.
Oh, okay. StreamYard was giving me some acting like Verizon and was kicking me out and stuff. This is just, I feel sorry for the children, especially the children whose parents displayed such bad behavior, because now they're going to be the talk of the school. And that's not a reputation that you want to have, especially during, those grades. And because they're going to be looked down upon, especially in a Catholic environment. I went to Catholic school, and I can recall how young ladies who got pregnant during their in high school years, and how bad they were, how they were looked down upon, and how bad they were talked about, and families had to send them off and things like that. And it's just not a reputation that you want to have your children carry, because you don't know how to control your behavior. I don't know if parents are living their dreams through their children and have some type of, this is middle school. The most they're going to get is a plastic trophy at the most, so I don't understand what would drive the parents to go that far. But obviously this is some deep rooted dreams and fantasies that wasn't fulfilled. Oh, happy birthday, Raheem. And during their life, and now they're living it through their children. But at the same time, it's not about their kids. This is all about them, their bad behavior, and their bad decisions.
It's just horrible. Katrina, your thoughts?
Happy birthday, Raheem. Yeah, you on the best platform. I tell you, happy birthday. Yeah, they take these kids' sports so seriously. I mean, like Savannah just said, by far they'll get a trophy. You know, I'm saying, you know, I have kids and kids and grandkids in sports right now, but mostly grandkids. And, you know, I see how the people react on their basketball team and on their football team. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. Why are you fussing over some children that's not even, I mean, like you said, they may make it to the pros, but who to say that they are? But they be over there. I know one lady, she got mad because the boy wasn't playing in her district. She went and talked and snitched the parents out. I'm like, what they ain't had nothing to do with you? Well, my son can't play that. His son can't play that either. She went and snitched the people out. And this is crazy. This is 6th grade. And my grandson, this is like 2nd grade. Y'all doing all this over a 2nd grade basketball game. This is totally ridiculous. And it's getting to the point where these kids are not going to want to play because they're going to feel shame. And if the parent got beat up, that one going to come to school. Hopefully they won't. And say, my mama beat yours up the other day. I mean, they can start a fight between the kids. This is so ridiculous and so pathetic that grown people are at kids' games fighting. Wait till you go outside. You're embarrassing your child, but obviously they don't care, because if they cared, they wouldn't have been doing it. And I'm glad that they struck from coming in there. They can't come there to the games no more, and that's a good thing. Maybe the child can play with peace, but then sometimes they get mad enough and take the child off the team. It's ridiculous, but great job to that school for not letting them come back in there. That's all I got to do.
I agree. Where am I at? Julius, your thoughts?
I'll share. I'll talk about the next story. I'm just coming out.
Okay. Oh no problem. In my opinion, your thoughts?
Happy birthday, Raheem. Listen here. We should let kids be kids. It's too often that we see these parents come to these games and act a whole fool. And the kids need not learn that they need to act a fool. They need to learn how to have self-control. And if this is how the parents are acting, what are they learning? No wonder the NBA and the football players are all in 50 feet, because they're learning it at an early age. These parents are taking over and being hostile and aggressive, and these players are learning from them. You want to be your best. You want to be your best self. You want your kid to be their best self. Then show them your best self.
Thank you. In my opinion, yeah, good point, right? We wonder why once they get to the professional level, they're fighting, beating people up, putting their hands on people, because they learning it at a young age. Very sad, but very true. So that was a courtside chaos. Okay, let's roll right into this gym jealousy, which is insane to me. Well, actually, you know what? That one I don't have a video, so I'll play the one with the video first. Hold on, let me play this one with this man saving the kids. Hold on.
Tonight, the video you will only see on West 2 showing 2 toddlers walking across A1A in Brevard County. This is a dangerous road that has seen several deadly accidents involving vehicles and pedestrians.
But one man saw what was happening and managed to get the kids to safety. West 2's Gail Pascal-Brown is here with the exclusive interview. Gail.
Yeah, the parents and children have long gone, but they won't soon forget what happened yesterday in Brevard County. This story could have gone terribly wrong, but John Brittingham saved the day.
Look at this. John Brittingham stops traffic with one hand and scoops up 2 toddlers along busy A1A Sunday in Brevard County.
I was terrified. If anything would have happened to him, my rest of my life would have been ruined.
John was driving home southbound on A1A when he noticed 2 little girls in the middle of the road.
So I immediately pulled over there and I ran out of the car, and one of them was already to the middle of the road, and I grabbed that one first, and then the second one I just picked up. She was ready, and I got him off the road. Took like maybe 6 seconds.
It had to be the most terrifying 6 seconds of his life.
My adrenaline spiked. I had a migraine when I finally got home, I was drained completely for the rest of the day.
This exclusive dash cam video is from his vehicle's front and rear cameras.
You can see in the dash cam, she put her little arms up, and I was like, oh my God, how adorable.
He then went looking for their parents, found this Airbnb, knocked on the door, but no one answered.
So I went all around that house, and no one seemed to hear me yelling, like that I was calling for someone to see if anybody knew, because the girls weren't telling me anything. They were about maybe 2 years old or younger, and all they could do was point to things and say, hey.
Finally, he looked in the back gate, which he says was open. He adds that's how the children got out, and their parents were clueless to the fact they were gone.
An elderly couple and a young girl, and I, immediately they went into like, oh my God, we're so sorry. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm just glad I could get them back to you. And they were out in the road and your gate was open.
John did not call police.
My main concern was to reunite them. And by that time I was, glad that they were with their parents.
Bottom line, John says, you have got to watch your children. He and his wife have 5. They're grown now, and they have grandkids. West 2 contacted Cocoa Beach Police and the Brevard County Sheriff's Office. Cocoa Beach says it's not their jurisdiction, and the Sheriff's Office says no one has made any reports or called this in. Back to you, Michelle.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Hold on one second. So road horror. Watch the heart-stopping moment. Terrified stranger dashes onto busy road to rescue 2 toddlers who wandered into traffic. The hero of the hour then went searching for the children's careless parents. This is the jaw-dropping moment. A stranger sprints into the road to save 2 toddlers from oncoming traffic. Shocking dash cam footage catches John rushing into a 4-lane road in Brevard County, Florida. The father of 5 can be seen urgently waving his arms, desperately signaling for drivers to slow down as cars approach from both directions. Without hesitation, he scoots one toddler in his arms. The second child scuffles towards him, reaching out her hand. He then grabs her, clutching both children tightly as he retreats to the side of the road and disappears down a nearby street. Amid the panic, the children's parents are nowhere to be seen. It later transpired the family were blocks away at an Airbnb, blissfully unaware of the danger their children were in. He had been driving past the area after finishing a real estate photo shoot nearby when he spotted the toddlers running dangerously close to traffic. He quickly pulled over, a split-second decision that likely saved the young lives. The entire ordeal folded in just 6 seconds. I was terrified thinking of what could have happened to them, he told the local media. The rest of my life would have been ruined. He went on to say the pair could not have been more than 2 years old. He then began knocking door to door along the nearby street. Eventually, he reached the family's Airbnb, where he shouted to get their attention. Upon learning what nearly happened, an elderly couple and a young girl unreservedly apologized. I was like, yeah, I know. I'm just glad I could get them back to you. They were on the road and your gate was open, he said. The Good Samaritan later explains he chose not to contact the police, saying his main concern was to reunite them. My adrenaline spiked. I had a migraine when I finally got home, he said. I was drained and completely for the rest of the day. His employer, a Florida-based drone company, later condemned a passerby who failed to stop, instead taking aim at strangers for honking at the lost girls. Oh my God. Y'all, this could have turned out so tragic, the company wrote on Facebook. Please always watch out. You never know. You never know. God bless him. The family is trash. Wayne, your thoughts?
Thank God there was a ram in the bush. It's kind of mixed feelings on this one. That one, I'm glad he sought out where they lived at. The police don't have to be called for everything to get somebody's attention.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, what on earth could you be so preoccupied with that you didn't know this 2-year-old and they were gone? You know, so I'm giving the side out of that, you know, what happened there? You know, I'm hoping that it was just a you know, mistake. Don't punish it for them. But the fact that their 2 children could have been unalived would be enough to make them, you know, be aware of what's going on and watching the kids. You know, because if he'd called the police and then the police got involved and, you know, it's just been more, you know, legal stuff involved. And sure, people may say, well, they would have deserved it, you know, could have been, you know, but I'm glad it turned out this way. Police wasn't involved. You know, DHS wasn't called. That's it.
Thanks, Wayne. And see, I had a mixed bag on this too, but I came to the conclusion like maybe the police should have been called, because what was grandpa, grandma, and the mother doing that these toddlers are in the middle of the street blocks away and you don't have a clue? Something in the water ain't clean. Maybe the cops needed to be called. Katrina, your thoughts?
I was thinking the same thing. Not only they could have been unalive, this is Florida. They could have been taken. And the parents wouldn't know where they at, because if they out in the street, and he said they walked a blocks away. So they out there for this time. And then alligators be out there in the street. I see alligators all the time out there in Florida on the street. They could have been eaten. They could have been taken. They could have been unalive. And who knows who could have got them. I mean, these kids could have been on a whole different cycle right now. She's lucky. She need to count her blessings. She need to get on her knees that this man saw these kids and he wasn't a killer. I mean, a person that unalive, or a therapist, you know, a rapist, or somebody who's trying to just take children. Because this could have went a whole nother way. And again, and if remember the little black kids was out there, well, I don't know if you remember that part or not. And the CPS got called on them. I think the CPS should be called on these grandmama, the granddad, and whoever the girl is. Was y'all drunk? You in Florida? Was you out there having a holly good time? And you don't know where your children are? Where your 2 kids? 2 kids. Obviously, they couldn't have been asleep. So you don't know where your kids are. You know, sometimes the police don't need to be getting involved in different things. But this thing right here, I think the police should have got involved, because these kids could have been going a whole nother way. They could have been kidnapped. These people are crazy now. They could have been ran over. And so many things could have happened to those children. God was looking out. That he sent the angel right there to get that done, because he always protect fools and children. And those were children, so he's protecting them. And them fools, the grandmama, the sister, whoever there is in the house, they need their ass. I mean, they need a tail whipping. I think the CPS should be called. Because if you letting your children get, I ain't saying, you know, kids go everywhere. Don't get me wrong. But these are 2 small children. And you don't know where your child are. And they ain't just walk up the street. They walk the blocks from the street. The man had to go back through blocks to find them. And he lucky that he did. But okay, I see what you're saying, Wayne, but I see it my different way.
Yeah, make lucky this man wasn't a whole predator. Like, this is crazy.
That's what I'm saying. All right, that's all I got, Diva.
No problem. In my opinion,
while we want to be sympathetic for every parent that they have failures, let's take into consideration that these babies are under 3. How did they open the gate? They can't open the gate. So why was the gate open? Why was there no supervision? 3 adults, and y'all can't supervise 2 babies. We can't let everybody off, because this is when stuff happens. I don't understand how this is all being documented and the police said they can't get involved because they ain't been called. It's been plenty of times that they ain't been called, but they got involved.
You ain't never lie.
When it's us, they can get all up in our business and we ain't called you a lick. But they ain't called nobody, so they can't get involved. Well, I guess y'all got y'all priorities right, okay? I am so very touched that these babies made it safe.
Mm-hmm.
Because that one little girl just was running up and down the road and that car was not trying to stop, didn't give a dang. I think the worst thing that I saw when I saw this video is to know that it was babies that were unprotected. And for me, that hits me a whole different way. Because whether they're my kids or somebody else's kids, I hate seeing kids unprotected. They didn't ask to come here. And if you ain't got the wherewithal to take care of them, please give them up. Because this is not what we should be doing to our future kids. It's just sad because nobody has taken time to appreciate the blessing that they have in these children.
Thank you, in my opinion. Julius, your thoughts?
That man was sent from God.
Mm.
Nothing but God was intervening at that moment. And he saved both of those babies' lives.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to co-sign what Katrina and, in my opinion, is saying. CPS needs to be called on that family. Because how did they get out that gate? And you want to say, oh my God, you mean to tell me you didn't look at them walking out that gate? That would tell me, oh no, you need to be investigated.
Thank you. Savannah, your thoughts?
Diva, I was sitting here waiting for you to show video of the cops interrogating the parents who are being arrested. I'll wait.
They said they can't get involved.
Because this story happened at in Brevard County. These babies were on the A1A. And Wayne, you know, being from Florida, A1A has been deemed the most dangerous stretch of highway for Brevard County. And there's two babies out there in the middle of the road and nobody got in trouble. I think protection starts at let me stop. Lord, I'm trying not to. This is absolutely, not only is it frightening, it is, and I did see where the sheriff's department say that they are investigating the incident, but that's not enough. They investigated the incident should have been, and the wife of the man was the one who released the footage because she believes that the law enforcement should have been called and should have been involved. So she did get on her husband for not contacting authorities right away. Because here he is with two strange babies combing the neighborhood, trying to figure out who their parents are.
Yeah.
And no one, I'm baffled how Child Protective Services from Florida, here you go again, failing to do your job protecting children. I don't care that it was
think,
great.
you know what, Savannah? I think they ran out of Dodge because they was at an Airbnb. I think once that happened, they left. I'm feeling like they left.
I'm pretty sure that they have too, but there's still documentation on who rented that property.
Oh,
he can say where he dropped his babies off.
100%.
And you know, and and we'll trace them back to wherever they went to, Wisconsin, Michigan. We can trace them back to wherever they are, because if they were in danger in Florida, they might be in danger where they're at. Woo! So this is all BS. It's the protection for the complexion. The two babies on the A1A, And like what Tina said, there's gators. We just had a story about gators the other day. And I don't know how many stories I see on Law and Crime Network of babies being left on roaming the streets in cars, alone in Walmart, and they're black, brown, yellow, and those parents are cuffed up immediately. And these have been allowed to. Miss me. Well, when we do the update, I really would like to see grandparents and mom be arrested and charged with child neglect.
Woo, child. I don't disagree. We're going to roll into our last story, people. And our last story is the gym chaos, the gym nonsense. Let me go ahead and share screen so we can get into this. So we got a jealous girlfriend allegedly threw a 25-pound weight at romantic's rival head in a wild attack at the Texas gym. Now you can't even go work out no more. A jealous gym goer was arrested after she chucked a 25-pound weight at a romantic rival's head, according to police. Ireland Martinez, 24, allegedly recognized the compliant as someone her partner was involved with at a 24-hour fitness outside Houston last week and threw a weighted plate toward the complainant's head, attempting to cause injury, according to the Harris County Constable Precinct 4 office. B, I'm going to drop this 25-pound weight on you, she yelled at Cindy before the wild January 7th attack, according to the charging documents obtained by the Daily Mail. Police responded to the gym, and Martinez was arrested the following day. She was booked at the Harris County Jail and charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Facts given to rise to probable cause suggest that alcohol was a factor in this offense. The judge overseeing the case wrote in order setting bond conditions according to law and crime. So her bond was set at $1,000, which she posted the day after her arrest. During her release, Martinez is barred from consuming all alcohol, including any food, mouthwash, or over-the-counter medication containing alcohol, the judge ruled. The court also prohibited her from using marijuana, possessing any weapons, or contacting the victim. Martinez also must stay 200 feet away from the 24-hour fitness where the incident occurred in spring, a census-designated place in the Houston metro area. Honey, she did all of this. That's not the this is her. This is the I'm sorry. I don't want to confuse it. This is the girl that she threw the plate at. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. And let me go back up. Well, no, you know what? I take that back. This is her. This is her. They don't show the girl that she threw the plate at. So anyway, guys, all over a man. Ridiculous. And yeah, she was high. She went to the gym high. She went to the gym high. What are your thoughts?
Pass me on this one, David.
Mm-hmm. Katrina, your thoughts?
Okay, so not only she went there to go basically unalive this person, because if that person get hit in the head with a 25-pound weight, she gonna need some stitches, or skull gonna be crushed and all that type of stuff. But she came in dirty. Girl, you riding dirty, walking dirty, coming in there to gym being dirty. You and then you get $1,000 bond. $1,000. This is attempted murder. Attempted unaliving. If you would hit this woman in the right spot, this woman could have been gone. And then what's gonna happen? What I say all the time: either that person gonna be unalive, you gonna be in jail, and the man gonna be out doing whoever he wants to do, because neither one of you gonna be around. I don't understand why these women keep fighting over these men. My dear God, they're not the only one there. Find somebody else. You came up and you seen them cheating. He ain't meant for you no way. So why would you want to put yourself through that to get mad with the lady? Sometimes you need to get mad with the man because a lady only knows as much as what a man is telling her. And you still shouldn't be out there trying to fight. But you can't tell these people what to do with their lives. Only thing I can see is they crazy because there's no way I'm finna sit up and fight over no man when there's too many out there. And if you caught him cheating, he's not for you no way. Find somebody else. Why you want a man that's going to cheat? You see him cheating. So what you getting mad with the woman for? Get mad with him. This is so ridiculous. I hope these kids grow up. And it's be grown-ups doing the same thing as well. But you're putting your life in jeopardy over something that you can change. There's no way. That's all I got.
Thank you. In my opinion, your thoughts?
My thoughts is, what kind of lawyer she got? Because that bail is way too low. It's the outrage for me. You under the influence of substances, and you still get a $1,000 bond. You threaten somebody with something that could cause them to lose their life, and you get a $1,000 bond, and take no alcohol and not to smoke and not to do this. And I'm pretty sure that she's out there doing the same thing all over again for a man that didn't want you in the first place. I need these people to have some more self-love for themselves. How you expect a man to love you when you can't even love yourself?
Oh my God.
Women got to wake up and be smart. If a man love you, he ain't gonna do nothing to hurt you. He gonna want to protect you. And if he don't, you need to know. Never let him tell you twice he don't want you. He had already told you once. And you still chasing? This sounds like somebody who needs to see a psychiatrist.
Oh my God. Ooh, thank you. In my opinion, Julius, your thoughts?
Does the saying "there's plenty more fish in the sea" not apply anymore? I'm sorry to say, does that not apply anymore? I say this all the time. Don't cheat on me, but if you do, let me go. Let me have my good cry, and then I'm moving on. You the one with the problems, since you can't stay faithful in a relationship. No, but seriously, but that's what I do say. Don't cheat on me. Break up with me first. Let me have my good cry. And I promise, my bounce back, my glow up will be absolutely fantabulous. Because my self-love, my self-respect is not worth losing over some sausage, if I may. These young ladies of today need to get it together. And some of these young fellers need to get it together as well. This is a unisex message that I'm about to say. There's plenty more fish in the sea. Y'all need to stop crashing out over an ex-partner moving on, especially if y'all broke up and there's no infidelity involved. Y'all need to stop crashing out, period. The relationship was done. Do some inner soul searching and move on. Especially if you parted ways on good terms. Now, if you parted ways due to infidelity, it's going to take you a little bit to heal. But still, the advice is the same. Don't wreck your life because that person wrecked the relationship. Think before action. And see, the children of today is so much in the mindset of, oh, it's on sight when I see you. Now, and that's influenced by social media. Now, darlings, I'm turning into my Cicely Tyson as she was in the Medea family reunion movie and she was talking at the Shack House. Y'all need to think before you act and you need to smarten up. That's basically the message that she was saying, but she had a whole sermon behind it and she dropped so many gems. And y'all need to take in what your support system is telling you. Get it together.
Thank you, Julius. Savannah, your thoughts?
She a big old fool and a big dummy. So see, this is why I respect that young lady that caught Shannon Sharp up, because she ain't had to go through none of this foolishness. She had a game plan. She went in and got a lick. Now this big dummy want to risk her freedom, her life, and all over a man that ain't do right by you. I can't respect no woman like that. She should be serving some time, because that is attempted him.
Yeah.
You know, and then just pay attention. This younger generation is so weak. I don't get them. They see no self-value, no self-love, and hate her, and I don't know the young lady, don't know anything about her story. But this is why I got to give that young lady from the Shannon Sharp story some respect, because she had a game plan and came in, got her money, and left. And these young ladies there's a lesson here for them to learn. Instead of doing this madness, risking your life and risking your freedom over a man who don't want you. Absolutely dumb. Just dumb. Big old dummy.
Ooh, thanks, Savannah. Listen, guys, I appreciate y'all. We got some stories that we're going to just follow up on from tonight's When Adults Lose Control. The courtside chaos. I'm gonna commend the league, because the league took action and immediately said that these parents and the families are banned from the games. So who's going to bring your kid to the game that you banned from? Who's going to root on your kid from the game that you are banned from? What a disgrace. It's deplorable to me. And so, but you know what though? God bless the league who is stepping up and saying, not on our watch. You know, this gym jealousy, I don't get it. I never will get it. But like somebody said, you was drunk, high, and both up in the gym. Like, it just don't even make no sense. But apparently she was, and now she plays stupid games, and she got her prize. She got arrested, and she gonna have to deal with a whole court case. Now this roadside hero, oh my goodness. I do think those kids are in danger. And I do know, because the one girl, when he scooped up the one girl, the other one's thinking, okay, he must be safe. My sister, went to him. But the way she held her hand out to a stranger, the whole thing is problematic. And it's really problematic because that family is also lucky that this man wasn't a freaking predator. He's lucky too, though. He's lucky that somebody else didn't record him thinking, okay, who is this man snatching up these kids? It's a mess. Anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all. Y'all know the routine. If you ain't hit that like button on the way in, do the diva a favor. Hit it on the way out. Good night and goodbye, everybody. Choo, choo.
Choo, choo.